Every life carries within it a series of defining moments, moments that determine who you will become, moments that mark the difference between giving up and pressing forward. These moments are not always dramatic. They do not arrive with fanfare, flashing lights, or applause. Often they are quiet, subtle, and almost invisible, yet they change everything. These moments are what we call turning points, the hidden pivot points that steer the trajectory of our lives in a new direction. They often arrive when you least expect them, when you are broken, when you feel lost, when failure surrounds you, and you wonder if you have the strength to rise again. A turning point is the moment you choose not to let your past dictate your future. It is the moment when you declare that what lies ahead of you will be greater than what lies behind. Most people imagine turning points as monumental breakthroughs, landing the perfect job, meeting the person of their dreams, or achieving a goal they've chased for years. But the truth is, turning points are rarely like the movies. Real turning points are often quiet, subtle, and hidden within the decisions you make every day. They are in the small acts of courage that seem ordinary, but are extraordinary in effect. Getting out of bed after a night filled with tears, choosing to try again after repeated rejections, forgiving yourself for past mistakes. These are all turning points. They may not feel like they carry the weight of significance in the moment, but they are the foundation upon which transformation is built. The greatest shifts in life rarely happen in one grand leap. They occur in small, consistent acts of courage, repeated day after day. Think about the moments when you've been at your lowest. Maybe you failed in school, lost a job, faced the collapse of a relationship, or felt invisible in a world that seemed to reward everyone else. Perhaps the weight of disappointment pressed down on you so heavily that it felt impossible to breathe. In such times, life may seem unfair, as if it has written you off. But here is a truth worth holding close. The darker the valley, the brighter the turning point ahead. Some of the most inspiring and beautiful stories in history were born from ashes of failure. The difference between those who remain broken and those who rise stronger is not luck, talent, or opportunity, it is the willingness to choose a new direction, even when everything around them is screaming, quit. Turning points often come from within, not from external circumstances. They are rarely the result of someone else rescuing you, nor a sudden twist of fate. More often, they are the product of a personal decision, a conscious choice to act despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty. They arise when you stop waiting for life to provide an opportunity and instead decide to create one yourself. They are born in the quiet courage of a single step forward, even if that step is shaky, hesitant, and uncertain. A turning point is less about what happens to you and more about what happens inside you. It is the outcome of deliberate action and resilient determination. You cannot control every storm around you, but you can always control how you respond. Consider the stories of those who exemplify turning points. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before the light bulb illuminated the world. Each failure could have been an excuse to quit, but it was in the persistence of trying again and again that his turning point was forged. His success did not come from a single moment of triumph. It was composed of countless tiny moments of determination in the face of failure. Similarly, a soldier returning from the battlefield may have a single decision that redefines his purpose. A person recovering from heartbreak may open their heart to love again. An addict may take the first step toward freedom. To the outside observer, these may seem ordinary, but each represents an extraordinary turning point. Other turning points are less dramatic but equally powerful. Consider the teacher who spends extra hours helping a struggling student, knowing that each word, each gesture, could change that child's life. Or the single parent who wakes early every day to provide stability, even when exhaustion threatens to overwhelm them. Or the young entrepreneur who takes a risk on a new idea, not knowing if it will succeed. In each of these cases, the turning point is not the external achievement itself, but the courage to act despite fear, uncertainty, and past setbacks. Turning points are not about waiting for perfection, timing, or ideal conditions. They are about seizing the present, acting decisively, and choosing courage over comfort. They can happen at any time, in any place, for anyone willing to take responsibility for their life. The power of a turning point lies not in erasing past pain, but in redeeming it, in transforming every scar, mistake, and setback into evidence of resilience and potential. They remind us that while we cannot change the past, we can influence the future with the decisions we make today. But let's be honest. A turning point does not mean the road ahead will be smooth. You will still encounter obstacles, setbacks, and fear. What changes is your perspective. You no longer see failure as the final verdict or pain as meaningless. Instead, every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow. Every difficulty becomes a stepping stone to something greater. Once you experience a true turning point, your perception shifts, your mindset transforms. Pain becomes a teacher, adversity becomes a guide, and resilience becomes second nature. Turning points often go unseen by others. People may not notice the battles you fight in silence. They may not recognize the courage required to keep moving forward while the world around you seems to collapse. But your turning point is not for them. It is for you. It is not about proving your worth to the world. It is about proving to yourself that you are stronger than the doubts, stronger than the failures, and stronger than the fears that attempt to hold you back. External validation is fleeting, but the power of an internal shift endures. Every turning point begins with a decision. The choice may be as simple as getting up, trying again, or forgiving yourself. Each small act of courage accumulates, creating momentum that propels you forward. The decision to rise after a fall, to continue despite disappointment, or to act despite fear, sets in motion a chain reaction that can alter the course of your life.